that, you were a part of this grind culture. You bought in hook, line, and sinker. I did too.
Oh, yeah.
So how did you get out of that? Because even though that was a millennial thing, I think it's something that we all get bought into at some point.
Yeah. I think number one is awareness. Like once you're aware that you are, for me, it was like the big aha Oprah moment was like, oh my gosh, I am addicted to stress. Stress is my dopamine. Right. And it was like that awareness alone was that wake up call again that happened for me. I think awareness is that first piece of it. But you've got to be able to realize that to no fault of your own, this is kind of where we've gotten ourselves based on some of that conditioning. And even though it's not your fault, are you willing to take responsibility for it anyways? To begin to set some of those boundaries, to begin to not guilt and shame yourself for resting because somebody older than you or somebody above you said that, well, we're hiring you to pretty much stay busy here and do the job, right? And I think what happens to so many of us is that we get kind of guilt and shamed into that. I like to think about the quiet quitting phenomenon, right? It's like, oh, we finally got it. We're like, okay, I'm just going to do my job that I'm getting paid for and nothing beyond that. And what happens?
Nothing more.
Society labels it quiet quitting as a way to guilt and shame us into, hey, get back in line with the status quo, right? But again, I think what we see happening more and more, and that was the wake up call for me, is the status quo no longer works.